Another game, Saturday, 4:15 Eastern time on the SEC Network. It's the 5th-ranked Texas Longhorns traveling to Vandy, who is now in the top 25. This is Texas's 3rd straight week playing against an AP top 25 opponent, and it's their 4th of the season. Even though, should we still count Michigan? Like, come on. I know they were in the top 25 when they played, but goodness gracious alive. Like, come on. Question number 1. Will Quinn Ewers and the Texas offense get back on track? Now, last week, the offense had their worst outing of the entire season. 259 total yards, 3.5 yards a play, 2 for 14 on 3rd down, 29 net rushing yards, and 4 turnovers. But other than that, not too bad. So it's their worst offensive performance since that game a few years ago against TCU. Remember that game when they were held to under 200 yards and pretty much, statistically speaking, burned the box score. You don't want to look at it. Not great. So it's been a while since we've seen them look that human. Quinn Ewers is taking a lot of heat, okay? Taking a lot of heat, understandably. The offense is going to go, and the perception of the offense is going to go based on what you think about the quarterback situation. And you look at the first few games, I mean, the guy was lights out, right? 58 of 79, 73% completion, 8-2 touchdown interception. But the last 2 weeks since coming back from injury, it hasn't been quite as good. We know he missed some time, but since returning, just 62% completion, and they've thrown interceptions in back-to-back weeks. So they got to take a little pressure off the passing game. I already referenced it. To run last week for just 29 yards. And I know sacks are a factor, right? I understand that in college football, sacks get put under the rushing total, but 1.1 yards per attempt on the ground is just not going to get the job done. I think Weisner's got a chance to be a really good player. I think Jaden Blue needs to get back involved. I'm not sure when he's going to get back involved, but at some point he will. I know he had a couple fumbles, but man, you got to take some of the pressure off the passing game. But you got to find a way to get Blue and Weisner involved because those guys are talented with the ball in their hands. Question 2, can Texas's defense contain Diego Pavia? He's one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the country. I know a lot of people have yet to really watch what Vanderbilt has done because they just think Vanderbilt and they think, yeah, same old Vanderbilt. I'm telling you, they're a different outfit this year. When your quarterback has already accounted for 1,800 total yards and 14 touchdowns, you know you're in a pretty good spot. This is a guy that has been playing in this offense with coordinator Tim Beck for years and years and years, dating back to their time together at New Mexico State. Diego Pavia is relentless. That's how I would describe him. If you haven't watched him, he is relentless. He'll run over ball carrier. He'll run over defenders as a ball carrier. He'll stiff arm folks. He'll talk noise the entire game. The guy just never gives up. He's like the honey badger, but playing the quarterback spot. All right. Pavia is the complete package. Love his leadership. Love how the team rallies around him. There's a certain ruggedness to the way he approaches the position, and the locker room really responds when he's on the field. So I think the guy, I know we talk often about prospects and, you know, this guy's a first rounder, this guy's a first rounder. Like, you tell me right now how many quarterbacks in the SEC you'd rather have playing college football than Diego Pavia. All right, the guy's super accurate. He does not miss throws, and he's also a super dynamic runner. So I think this is going to be a tough matchup for the Texas defense because this guy is the real deal. The other thing that makes Vandy really good is their pace of play. So question 3, can Vandy continue to slow it down? In their wins this year, they averaged 33.7 seconds per snap. That is the lowest or the highest in the FBS. Slowest, lowest, highest, whatever. It's the slowest in the FBS. 33.7 seconds per snap. That's time of possession, right? That's actual game clock. Now, do you realize that 33.7 seconds for every one play, they average 63 offensive snaps a game. So 63 times 33.7, what does the time of possession look like when the averages work out in Vandy's favor? They are 5-0 this season when they win time of possession. They are 0-2 when they lose it. So a magic number here, as backwards as this may be, as we live in the world of tempo offenses, 30 minutes. If Vandy eclipses the 30-minute mark as far as time of possession is concerned, then I would be very concerned if I were the Texas Longhorns. Now, those numbers are really beneficial, and it actually makes Vandy's defense look a whole heck of a lot better. So if they can slow things down offensively and just kind of junk it up and string together some drives, Vandy's pass rush and their cornerback play, we're not talking about high-level SEC caliber players. Now, the linebackers, they struggle in coverage. They have given up a lot of plays to opposing tight ends. I wouldn't want to give up a lot of plays to Gunnar Helm. Now, they do have, I think, pretty good guys on the interior of their defense. I think their safeties are rock solid. But Vandy's best defense is their offense playing slow and possessing the football. Question 4, can Vandy continue to dominate on third down? In their wins, they convert 58% of their third downs and 100% of their fourth downs. Now, fourth down, 100%, a little misleading. They've only gone for it twice, but they're 2 for 2, including one big one against Alabama that resulted in a touchdown on what looked like it was a broken play. Against Alabama and against Kentucky, their 2 biggest wins of the year, they were 12 of 18 and 8 of 13 respectively on third down. So what did we just talk about? Pace, time of possession. You can control pace and time of possession by stringing together third down conversions. And then question 5, does Texas have a penalty problem? Now, penalties committed this year by Texas on the offensive side is a real problem. Now, they had 8 penalties on offense against Mississippi State. They had 7 against Michigan. 32 of their 45 penalties in the first 7 games of the season have come on offense. And what's most troubling is that 17 of those 32 are false starts. That means on average, they are having more than 2 false starts per game. Well, against Georgia, it was worse. They had 4 false starts, which killed 4 different drives. And one in particular took them from a 1 yard to go to a 6 yard to go conversion down. And we know the odds on short yardage as compared to 4th and 6, very, very different. A couple trends in the game. Vandy is 4-0 against the spread as an underdog this season. That's tied with Illinois for the most covers without and against the spread loss in the FBS. And Texas is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games following a loss. I will take Texas in the game, but I think Texas, their antennas got to be up for this. You cannot think that you're just going to roll in and play little old Vandy and run them out of the gym. Vandy is legit. They are real. And if you want to allow them to stay in the game, you're going to find out. So if I'm Texas, I start fast and I don't let up, because Vandy is not the type of team that you want to have hanging around. So I'll take Texas, but my goodness, man, that is not a team I want to be playing fresh off me having my heart ripped out.